So here's a pair of Jordan 2 lows. I bought these in 2022, I think it was. And at the time, there wasn't that many Jordan 2s releasing, and I thought there probably wouldn't be because of the popularity of them. So I decided to basically buy them. And it's a nice trainer. I think the problem is there were so many Jordan 2s released in 2023 that I ended up buying the UNC version. And then I also have the 218 version as well, which is like the brown version. So I don't need several pairs of Jordan 2s. So with this one, I think I'll probably end up selling it eventually because I just don't think I'll get around to wearing it. It is a really nice colour because it's neutral, but like I said, because I have the UNC, that's probably the one I'm more likely to wear, to be honest. But I do like this particular trainer because, and the reason why I was attracted to it, I like this semi-clear smoked out heel counter, and then you got the beige back heel counter at the top here as well. And I actually do like the Jordan 2 lows anyway. I like the way they look and I like the shape of them, and they're just nice to wear, like I said, in a sort of smarter environment. This leather panel here is different to some of the other Jordan 2s I've seen. It's got almost like this small sort of snakeskin pattern, and then it kind of then develops into this bigger pattern, which is really nice and contrasts really well. And the brushy suede, I'm probably not a fan of this on the toe box, in all honesty. I'd prefer if they were switched around, but it's still a nice sort of brushy suede, similar to your New Balance. And same with the toe box mudguard as well. This feels really soft to the touch as well. It's a nubuck, really soft nubuck. So it almost feels like if New Balance was to create a Jordan brand trainer, it would probably be something like this, I guess. Maybe not the Jordan 2, but yeah. But the outsole is clear, so you can see that. That's also, I think, normally I'm not a fan of that, but with this one, it's on the sort of white, kind of yellowy side anyway. So, but it's quite nice, and then you've got the orange hits running through it. And overall, the sneaker is a clean sneaker, and I'm surprised that people aren't picked it up for, I don't know, like for skating, for example, because it's got really sort of thick padding inside. And for that reason I went up half a size, and then also the tongue's quite sort of puffy as well, so it kind of locks you in place and very well. And then I think it would also, because you've got the toe box mudguard area as well, and I think it probably might work well as a skating shoe, but I'm just kind of saying that out loud. I'm not actually sure if it is the case, but if you want to pick up something cheap and just sort of wear it for skating, you can probably not do too bad with these. So here are the details for the Air Jordan 2 Retro Low Shelflife. It comes in a white, sail, light bone and bright Mandarin colourway, and it has a EVA sole with the air unit in the heel, and it's primarily made up of all leather materials with suede on the toe box, and the price was £140. So with this one, the comfort and sizing, I think these have like a medium sole. They don't feel like a Jordan 1, it's more similar to, I suppose, a Jordan 3. And they do feel a bit more sort of plusher, and especially sort of when you wear them in. So I can't really call them sort of firm. They do sit slightly on the firm side, but they were obviously a basketball shoe. And these also have great support around the arch. The heel sits slightly elevated because of the air unit and the midsole just being that thicker cut. And with Jordan 2s, I found sort of wearing them sort of around the sort of 5 to 10 hours to sort of break them in, then they become a lot more comfortable. Initially, the midsole is quite sort of stiff and firm, but they do sort of tend to become a bit softer after a while. And you can go true to size on these. However, I go half size up because of the wide foot and also because of the extra padding. And I feel these have good grip. They're kind of similar to a Jordan 3, so you should be fine. And because they're sort of a flat sole, really, there should be a lot of stability there anyway. So with the look and style, I like the mix of colours. So it's mainly sort of sail and beige hits, and then you've got the bright Mandarin colour just sprinkled throughout it, which looks cool and doesn't look too out of place. And you can wear these sort of spring, autumn and summer as well, so I'd be careful wearing them too much in the summer because they are quite a sort of heavy shoe and quite sort of thick material, especially around the padding. Padding on this as well is quite a lot. And these ones, I think, especially with Jordan 2s, you can dress them up sort of smart casual. So especially with this pair, because it being a collab and being the understated colours, I think is one of those ones where I find I'd sort of gravitate towards this as a sort of smarter shoe, because I don't really like wearing shoes, so this is my sort of go-to for wearing something a bit smarter and something even like with a blazer and stuff. So I do tend to sort of rock towards Jordan 2s for that kind of stuff. And they come with sort of sale, and or you can go sort of the white laces as well. But as far as I remember, they also have the bright Mandarin type colour laces in the box as well. So final thoughts, I like the pattern on the mid panel. It's one of those ones that has got sort of different variations going throughout it. So it starts off big and gets smaller, and the leather quality seems really sort of quite sort of thick cut as well, in my opinion. And I do like the semi-transparent heel. I always like a fan of that. It just adds an extra sort of texture and dimension to the sneaker. And I like the fact that it's a low top. I'm not a fan of the sort of highs, especially for this particular model, because it looks really bulky. But I think the twos into the lows do look nice, and like I said, they're good for sort of dressing up a bit smarter. And these ones, like I said, they have sort of great materials, so even the shaggy suede on this as well is nice. Cons are the cost is slightly high for a retro model, and the suede on the toe box. So I'm not just a fan of the way that actually looks. I think they should have put that somewhere else. I think the suede, I think that particular toe box panel should have been just a plain leather panel. And yeah, definitely the Jordan 2 isn't for everyone. So if you don't like Jordan 2s, this is not going to sway you in any way. So with the ratings, give the look and style a 5 out of 5. I actually think this Jordan 2 in particular is one of the nicer ones that released, and there were so many that released, and this together with the UNC are kind of my favourites. And then following after that is the 218s. And the comfort, I'd give that a 4. It's one of those sneakers that is quite sort of plush. It's a bit on the firmer side, but it's not like a Jordan 1, and I don't feel sort of fatigued in it. But just bear in mind that it's a bit on the heavier side. And the quality, I give that a 5. I think the way the sneaker's been constructed, the different sort of materials and the panels that I use, it just looks really nice. And the pricing, it's just priced slightly too high for a Jordan 2, especially the low cut, so it should be lower. It's a retro at the end of the day. And overall, it's a solid sneaker, so it's a 4 out of 5 for me. I think this one in particular is one of the nicer Jordan 2s. It's not as nice as the UNC or the Chicago's, but still a very cool collab.